Hello guys, from this tutorial I am starting the linked list series. Believe me, linked list is super easy. Linked list is not at all a tough topic. So I will start step by step. I will go step by step. First, initially in this video I will not talk about the linked list, but I will talk about the address, like how the address is internally happening. You want to understand each and everything here. So first I am giving a basic concepts. So before going to the linked list, I am going to the topic how the internally address is creating, what's actually internally happening. You will understand what I am telling. Just wait and see. So first let's create a class. So first I am creating a class, and class name is, let us suppose the class name is student. Let's create a class name is student. Class name is student. Now the members are like roll number. One is roll number, a roll number, and one is name. It is a string type, it is name. Okay guys, I think everyone knows this class type, class, everyone knows this, but I'm going to tell the topic, I'm going to tell the concept. Like, let us suppose if we want let us suppose we want to initialize these values, or we want to initialize these values. Let us suppose we want to initialize these values. There are many students in a class, means there are many students in the class, and you want to there are many students in the class, and this is one student data, and this is another student data. Means each is called object, right? Each is called object, but how can I initialize this? I want address to initialize this. This is the most important topic. This is the most important. Come on guys, the address is most important here. The address, I want address here. Reference, what internally happening, I will come each and everything, but let's discuss about this. I want address. So if we want to initialize, let us suppose I want some particular student to initialize these values. So how? Means first I want to initialize this roll number is equal to 1, and name is equal to Ravi. Let's see this. How can I initialize? The initialization internally happens is through address. 550, 500. Let us suppose address is 500. 500 dot roll number is equal to 1. Internally it is happening. 600 dot roll number is equal to 2. So what actually happening? So if you want to initialize also, then I want address. Address plays a very important role. The first student address, the first student address, this is the second student address. So what happening is, whatever may be, the class is just a structure. If you want to initialize the values, if you want to print the values, if you want to access the values, I want address. This is the most important thing. I want address. I think you just keep this as it is. We will go to some further. That is also easy, that is also a known concept. But before studying the linked list, this concept is the essential concept, I can say. Essential concept. So Let us suppose I want to create an object. Now I want to create an object. Let's see. I think everyone knows this topic, but my intention is not to tell that how can I create the object. That is not my intention. If you don't know this, you should study. Oops, you should go to the previous concept. My intention is to give the concept behind this, which is helpful for linked list. Okay, student. Yeah, so I have created an object. I want to initialize this object. So how can I initialize this object? Everyone knows this roll number is equal to 7 st dot name is equal to 10. Okay, so what internally it is happening? So I have created an object. I'm again telling this part is called the address part. Again I'm telling this part is called address part. This is address, and this st indicates the address, which is the type of student. Understanding what I'm telling? St is a address which is the type of the student. You will understand. So after creating this statement, after typing this statement, after executing this statement, what internally happening? First it locates the address, suppose 500, and creates a new memory. After creating the new memory, how can I initialize these objects? How can I initialize these objects? Let us suppose I have created, let us suppose I have created another object. Let us suppose I have created another object which is student. Let us suppose student st2, student st2, and student. Let us suppose I am creating another object, a new. I have created another object. What internally happens? First it locates the address, first it gives some location, and afterwards what does this new indicate? New indicate creating the memory. So I am creating the memory. I'm creating the memory. So what do I want to tell about this? Why I'm telling all this? So if we want to initialize this, let us suppose if I want to initialize st dot all n is equal to 7. How can I initialize this? If I know address, then only I initialize this. So this st indicates the 500. Let us suppose this is st, this is st2. This st indicates the 500, at the rate of 500. First I am going to the location. I am going to the st location. St means here 500. I am again telling this indicate address. This value st indicate address. This is not indicating other name. This indicating the address of the student, address of the class, address of this memory. Again I am repeating, this indicates the address of the memory. Right, this indicates the address of the memory. First it will see where I am. First it will go to the address. I want to initialize at the 500 address. In the 500 address, I want to initialize roll number as 7, name as 10. I want address. So this internally indicate at the rate of 500 dot roll number is equal to 7. This is the internal indication. So if you want to initialize this S2, what happens? First it will go where I want to initialize. This is indicated ST2, nothing but the address. This is the address of 600. So it will initialize at the rate of 600 dot roll number is equal to 3. At the rate of 600 dot name is equal to 3. Our name is equal to Sai, Ravi, or like that. So the conclusion, I am telling the conclusion of these points. Let us I am telling the conclusion. Okay, student st is equal to a new student. Right, of course. This is the object I have created. What is this? Indicate the address. This actually indicate the address. If you don't created this, let us suppose if you have don't created this, let us suppose if you have not created this above new statement, what internally happens, what actually happens? Is this syntax error? Absolutely, this is not a syntax error. Absolutely. What happens is it just have some location. It just have some location, but not memory. I am not creating memory as this because there is no new statement. New indicate memory, right? I am not creating any memory. This indicate just the address, just location is there. What you can think, right? This is a some land. In this there is no house, but the location is there at some location, at some address. But I haven't built the house. This is empty. There's nothing is there. This is also same thing. There is location. The location is there, but not. I have not created the memory. This is the most important. So if you want to print the address should be the student type only. The address should be the class type only, right? Address should be the class type only. And this is the structure of the student. This is the structure of it occupies 4 bytes and it occupies 4 bytes and string, I don't know, string also 4 bytes, I think. I don't have idea, but the int occupies 4 bits and string some x bits. You can see how many bits string. Okay, yeah, this is the type of the student, this is the type of the memory, this is the structure of the memory. So structure of the memory, this all has some location. That location is student st. Student st is the address. Student st is address, and the type is student type. The type is student type. This is the student type. This is the structure of the memory. The type is student type. You should have the student type. Like int x is equal to, if you have int x is equal to int x is equal to 4, that means it creates some memory, but the type is int. Is also student st, right? Student st. This is the type, and you have created this has some address, and the type is student type, and the type is student type. Just remember, this indicate address, this indicate address, this indicate address. This is the most important. This is the concept I want to tell. Without this also no syntax error. This indicate address, this indicate address, and these indicate, and this indicates the creating a new memory. while we are creating, while we are initializing any object, we want address. Through address only we can initialize the object. See, ft is 6 and through is 5. Internally it happens at the rate of 500 dot roll number is equal to 7. Internally it will happen. Internally it will happen. So this is the main concept I want to share about the linked list. I haven't introduced the linked list, but this concept, if you know, have studied this concept, if you really know this concept, this will help you a lot to understand the linked list. This help you a lot to understand the linked list and creating the linked list, everything. As a basic student, as a basic beginner, you can definitely understand. Once again, thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Knowledge.